Lesson 5. I will multiply multiples of 10, 100, and 1000 by single digits recognizing patterns. In your math journal, write today's date. Please do not skip this section. And I want you to write Lesson 5, multiply multiples of 10. When you're ready, press play. Okay, in your math journal, I want you to, I know it says you will need a whiteboard, but we're not going to be using a whiteboard today. But here's what I do want you to use. I want you to draw in your math journal a place value chart. You only have to do ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. It's okay with me if you use digits instead of numbers. That part does not matter to me. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to, once you get your place value chart drawn, I want you to show me 2 ones times 4. So this is what that's going to look like. So we come over to the ones place, and we're going to put our 2 ones. So I have 1, 2. There's 2 ones. That's 2 ones one time. Okay, here's 2 ones 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So that is 2 ones times 4. Then we're going to circle our groups of 2. Okay, so here's 1 time, 2 times, 4 times. Okay, I want you to do the exact same thing, but this time I want you to show me 2 tens times 4. Okay, here's your 2 tens times 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I want you to come back and circle your groups of 10, groups of 2. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So 2 ones times 4, 2 tens times 4. All right, now, when we did 2 ones times 4, we got 2, 4, 6, 8. So on your place value chart at the bottom, I want you to put 8. And then we did 2 tens times 4, so that's 20, 40, 60, 80. Looking for patterns. Okay, so what did you notice when you multiplied the ones and the tens? We both had an 8, right? But there was only one small change. This time we're going to do 200s times 4. Okay, so we're going to come over here, same place value chart. You do not have to keep redrawing your place value chart. This can be the same value chart. All right, so you've already got your ones, your tens. Now you're going to do your hundreds. All right, so we've got, there's 200s times 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's circle our groups. We got 8, 80, and now we have 200, 400, 600, 800. So look at your numbers. Are you seeing a pattern? I bet you are. What do you think is going to happen when we do thousands? Well, if there's no 0 here, and 1 0 here, and 2 zeros here, did you say that there would be 3 zeros here? Let's see if that's correct. So I've got 2 thousands times 1, 2, 3 times 4. There's 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000. So we're definitely looking for patterns here. Okay. All right, so we had 200s times 4, and we already said that was 800. We're going to skip that slide. All right, we're going to do one more. I want you to go ahead and I want you to draw one more place value chart, label it ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. And we're going to try this one more time, just making sure that we're looking for patterns. So this time we're going to do 3 tens times 3. So I'm going to come up here. I've got 1, 2, 3. That's times 1. 3 tens times 2. 3 tens times 3. There's my one group, 2. So I've got 30, 60, 90. 30 times 3 is 90. All right, let's try hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whoops, it didn't do it, did it? Oh, there it is. All right, so I've got 300, 600, Are you still seeing that pattern? You figure out what this one's going to be? 2, 3, 3, 3, and then I've got 3,000, 6,000, 1,000. So 30 times 3 was 90. 300 times 3 was 100. And 3,000 times 3 was 9,000. So I bet you're starting to see a pattern between what you're multiplying by your product. All right, now we're going to practice on our problems. Okay, so we're going to draw a number disk to represent the value of the following expressions. So you're going to go ahead and draw yourself a place value chart. And remember, this is just a sketch. It does not have to be a fancy place value chart by any means. So we're just going to draw us a rectangle. And we only have to go to 1,000 to be fine. And don't forget to use digits. So we've got ones, hundreds, thousands. And it says we're going to do 2 times 3 ones. So we're going to come up here and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's 1 time. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 times. So here's 1 times 3. Here's 2 times 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 ones is 6 ones. So 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here. Go down just a little bit, give us a little bit more room down here. Okay, so we're going to draw our place value chart again. I'm drawing mine kind of big because it's hard for me to draw small with this pen, but with your pencil you should be able to fit yours in here pretty easily. Okay, so you've got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. And this time we're doing 2 times 30, which means 2 times 3 tens. So 1, 2, 3. There's 1 times 30. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 times 30. There's 31 times. Here's 32 times. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 20 times 30 is 60. So 2 times 3 tens is 6 tens. So 30 times 20 is 60. But you're seeing the pattern. Why don't you try to do this one by yourself and see how it turns out. And then when you're ready, you can come back. Okay, so hopefully you drew a place value chart like I'm drawing right now. If you were confused and you didn't pause it, you just kept going with me, that's okay. But I hope that you will consider pausing the video to try to do some of the work by yourself. It's very helpful. All right, so we've got 1,000 here. So it says 2 times 300. So this time we have 300 times 2. So I have 1, 2, 300 times 1, 1, 2, 300 times 2. So here's 1 times 300, 2 times 300. So that's 300, 400, 500, 600. So 2 times 300 is 600. So 2 times 300 is 6 hundredths. So 300 times 2 is 600. Oops, I put 6,000. And that's not there. Okay. Try to do this one by yourself, please. But you can figure out the pattern. Okay, so hopefully you drew a place value chart like I'm drawing right now. You've got your ones, your tens, and your hundreds. You should get really good at these place value charts by now. We've drawn quite a few of them. So 1, tens, thousands. This time we're doing 2 times 3,000. So there's 3,000 times 1, 3,000 times 2. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000. So we've got 2 times 3 thousands is 6 thousands. So 3,000 times 2 is 6,000. All right, on to the back. Okay, so this time it says find the product, but I want you to do this just a little bit differently for me. It may be a little bit annoying, but I do want you to use unit form here. So I want you to say 2 tens times 7 equals 14 tens. You can probably fit that in there a little bit easier than I can. So 20 times 7 is 14 tens, or 140. Okay? So you're going to say 3 times 6 tens equals 18 tens. And 18 tens is 180. If you think you've got the hang of it, go ahead and pause the video and then come back. You should have done 3 times 400, which equals 1200, or 1200. 2 times 800 equals 16 hundredths, which is 16 hundredths. 7 times 3 tens equals 21 tens, which equals 21 tens. 6 tens times 6 equals 36 tens, which is 36 tens. 4 hundredths times 4 equals 16 hundredths, which is 1600. 4 times 8,000, this 1,000, equals 32,000, equals 32,000. 5 times 3 tens equals 15 tens. This is 15 tens. So if you haven't paused the video any time during this, please stop and try to do the last 3 by yourself. I know you can do it. 5 times 6 tens equals 30 tens, which is 30 tens. 5 times 400 equals 2000, which looks like this. 8,000 times 5 equals 40,000, equals 40,000. Okay. All right, let's try a few word problems, and then we'll be finished. Okay, so Brianna buys 3 packs of balloons for a party. Each pack has 60 balloons. How many balloons does Brianna have? So we just read it. Now we're ready to draw. So we're going to actually draw a place value chart to get our thoughts together on this one. So we have tens and we have ones. So I'm actually just going to do ones, tens, and hundreds here. So I've got ones, tens, and hundreds. And it says she has 3 packs of balloons, and each pack has 60 balloons. So that means I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens, but she has 3 of those. So here's 1 pack of balloons, and here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's her second pack of balloons, and my third pack's probably not going to fit inside the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So mine won't fit inside the box. Hopefully yours did. So see if you can write a number sentence for this and then come back. Hopefully you said 3 times 6 tens equals 18 tens, which is 3 times 60 equals 180. So now we can write our sentence. We can say Brianna has 180 balloons. See if you can't do number 7 by yourself and then come back. All right, so let's read it. Jordan has 20 times as many baseball cards as her brother. Or excuse me, his brother. His brother has 9 cards. So let's see. So we're going to draw a picture here. Right, so I've got 20 and I have 9. So this really could just have tens and ones would be okay. I'm going to make it bigger this time. So I've got ones, tens here. And his brother has 9. And he has 20 times that many. So that would be, I could do 9 times 2 tens, which would be okay. So I think that's what I'll do. But then, or I could do 20 times 9, but I think that would be a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and do this. His brother has 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You might be thinking, but Miss James, this is 9 ones. And yes, you are correct. But 20 times 9 is the same thing as 9 times 20. So that would mean that I just did the wrong thing, wouldn't it? The thing I was explaining to you so that I could figure out what I was doing wrong. That's why you always have to think, does it make sense? Because that didn't make sense, did it? All right, so I've got, here's the 20. Here's 20, and I've got to do that 9 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gets tight. There's 3, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I have 2 tens times 9, which equals 18 tens. So 20 times 9 equals 180. So how many cards does Jordan have? Jordan has 180 cards. If you haven't tried any by yourself today, I hope that you'll try problem number 8 and then come back and check. All right, so the aquarium has 30 times as many fish in one tank as Jacob has. The aquarium has 90 fish. How many fish does Jacob have? So this problem is just a little bit different. So it says here that the aquarium has 90 fish. So instead of multiplying this time, I'm going to kind of start with my 90. So here's tens. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is 30 times as many fish as Jacob has. So I've got 3 tens times something equals 90. So when I go back here, I've got, here's my 3 tens. Here's one group of 3 tens. Here's 2 groups of 3 tens. Here's another group of 3 tens. So how many times did I multiply 3 tens? I multiplied it 1, 2, 3 times. So 3 tens times 3 equals 90. So if this is 30 times as many fish as Jacob has, then Jacob has 3 fish. And think about, does that make sense? Would it make sense that Jacob has 3 fish and that the aquarium has 30 times as many, so they have 90? That makes sense, doesn't it? Make sure that you're checking this off on your pacing guide and that you are doing the activity after your problem set before you do the exit slip. Bring your exit slip to me when you are finished.